Happy birthday, Mr. George Clinton. Happy birthday. Please allow me to give you your flowers, as they say, and to let you know that I am thinking about you on your birthday and like to wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thanks. Why can't I just leave it at that? Why can't I just leave it at that? I was thinking before I made this. Why can't I just say happy birthday and just keep going? Why do I always got to take it to another level and explain this and explain that and go into such detail all the time? You know why? Because I'm Jeffery Scott Mitchell, goddammit, and that's what I do. I was thinking, do I have to wish Mr. Clinton a birthday? Am I obligated to wish him a happy birthday? The answer is no. The answer is no, I'm not. But when you wake up and you look at your Facebook feed, and everybody and their mama posting pictures of them with Mr. Clinton, you just go, ugh. You get nauseated just like you get, not nauseated, but you know, you go, ugh. Just like on Mother's Day and Father's Day with all the outpouring. I guess it's the outpouring that one of my friends recognized it every so often, or every holiday, or every whatever, when I see it all gushing out, they say, you pretty much do this every time. And it's funny because I celebrate human beings. I celebrate our quote unquote solidarity, our trends. And I love that about us. But, you know, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all the traditional holidays, you get all the traditional gushing and, you know, but it's just me being contrary. I mean, I'm just contrary. If everybody gonna go left, I'm gonna go right. That's just me. So on days like that, when, you know, everybody's outpouring and, you know, you're doing quote unquote what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to do nothing, but you just follow the traditional order. And it's not even a traditional order, it's like a celebration in unison. You get together to celebrate something that's significant. And if it's significant and it's significantly common to a bunch of us, we all kind of, you know, I'm not a gregarious person. I can't stand following the herd. I don't like being in groups. So when I wake up and I see everybody posting their pictures with Mr. Clinton, you know, part of me goes, oh, you ain't really with him. He just on stage and you taking a picture of him behind you. Oh, that's just his foot. You taking a picture, you taking a selfie with just his foot. Come on now. And I think about, you know, the pictures I got. You know, I kind of scroll on today. You know, you go through your memories, you see which ones they got there. I got, you know, a few of them, but I've never been one to worship the preacher. When I go to church, you know, I worship the gospel, the ideology. I worship the bigger point. I don't worship the preacher. You know, the preacher is there to guide and to steer us, and I'm appreciative of the preacher. I even donate to the preacher. I give the preacher his. I understand the significance of the preacher to, I don't want to use the word shepherd, but, you know, to actually steer and to guide and to, you know, help us, keep us on the, you know, just to steer the ship. We gotta have a focal point to help steer the ship, to keep us all together, you know. So that, you know, I appreciate Mr. Clinton's role as that, as being, you know, the recognized leader of Parliament Funkadelic. Parliament, P-Funk, is my worship. That's what I worship. That's where I put my ideal. The philosophy, the music, and Parliament. Not any one person. I'm just not built that way. And the reason, and another thing I was gonna say about, you know, not just saying happy birthday, Mr. Clinton, and leaving it at that, I'm gonna start saying now I'm not that shallow. And yeah, it's kind of a dig at people who, just, I ain't gonna say mindlessly, just go through the act of, saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Thanksgiving. But I really am not. It is kind of, a jab at them, but I really am not. I'm not. I think things out. I just don't do stuff. I mean, I got enough time and probably too much time on my hands. But anyway, see, I'm here to wish Mr. Clinton a happy birthday, and I'm going through All About Me. That's Jeffery TV, baby. That's just Jeffery TV. Because again, I've said it many times before, I think the most important thing in the universe is a person becoming who they want to be. And in that journey, there are certain things and people who help and influence you. And if you could say that a person or a thing helped you or influenced you to becoming the person you wanted to be, I don't think there's no higher compliment. I don't think there could be no higher compliment than that. So therefore, P-Funk philosophy of Parliament definitely played a part in my development as a human being, for being a teenager on through. I placed a lot of my faith and spirituality, for a lack of a better word right now, in the P-Funk philosophy and the meditative states I was able to achieve by listening to the music and what I pull out of it. So it's a very big part of me. And George Clinton being the acknowledged leader of that, the godfather of funk. No, they want to say to James Brown? No, nope. Let's not even go down that road. Let's not go down that road. Funk as we know it started with Mothership Connection. And that's the Parliament album. And we go back to Parliament and P-Funk again. Everything goes back to Parliament and P-Funk. Everything goes back to Mothership Connection. Everything. And Mr. Worrell, Mr. Collins, and Mr. Clinton getting it together to make Mothership Connection what it was. Mr. Collins' influence, which I didn't realize until decades later, on Parliament was much more than I ever thought it was. And of course, he's from Ohio, that Ohio funk. I say enough about me. Let's talk about you for a while. Enough about you. Let's talk about me for a while. The constants, the coincidence, and the sounds of pretenses falling all around. See, I'm here wishing Mr. Clinton a happy birthday, and I'm singing Alanis Morissette. All around. But anyway, talking about everybody posting their pictures of being with Mr. Clinton and this and that, and it made me think of what pictures I got. What pictures I got. And I will admit here today on his birthday that my ego has probably gotten in the way of me having a lot more pictures with Mr. Clinton. A lot. Because in ways I look to him, he has a responsibility. He has a responsibility to protect something, to protect and guide something that I find tremendously important. That's P-Funk and P-Funk philosophy. Let alone the band and the touring and being able to see them 10 times a year for the last 20 years. That in itself almost got to get down on my knees to pray. I'll be California dreaming. The Eddie Hazel version. I almost got to bend a knee to Mr. Clinton for that. Because I can almost kind of remember when the push went from Parliament Funkadelic to George Clinton in Parliament Funkadelic. They wanted to take the focus off of the band. I can remember kind of being on the inside for that. Not the inside, but being really close to the situation and understanding, hearing different perspectives of what was happening and how people felt about it going from Parliament Funkadelic to George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, with George Clinton in bigger letters, blah, 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 all that. That was, a long time ago. So nowadays, people just know, most people know it's George Clinton. P-Funk, George Clinton, P-Funk. And all the kids they going to see George Clinton. And the people who buying the goddamn tickets out there who make it possible for me to see that damn band going to see George Clinton. And that, I think there's no way I can legislate around or deduct or get around that. He's directly responsible for that. Not that this isn't a challenge to take anything from him, but y'all probably know how I am. Y'all probably know how I am, especially in this situation for somebody who has so much responsibility for something that is so precious to me. As I said, I started this off, it's almost like he doesn't have obligated, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But in my mind, he has a job and a responsibility to me to make sure that Parliament Funkadelic continues in a manner that I agree with and that I can stomach. And to be honest with you, and him being a star and blah, 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 and to not give it to me when I want it, to be aware enough to not give it to me, to deny me, which actually increases my desire for it. And because we have a relationship. There's definitely a relationship. There's definitely a relationship between me and Mr. Clinton. And I like how I stay on my side of the stage. I like that. I don't know how many people would orchestrate that or how it turned out to be this way, but I like being that distance, the distance is perfect. I'm not saying that I could have been on the inside or I could have been an insider on P-Funk. Let's face it, Jeffery Scott Mitchell could do whatever he wanted to. And if Jeffery Scott Mitchell wanted to be on the P-Funk mothership, Jeffery Scott Mitchell would have been on the P-Funk mothership. I got the charm and the intellect and blah, 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 capability. I could have, found a way. But that wouldn't allow me the freedom to be as outspoken and as opinionated as I am. And that part is more important to me than a lot of things. Maybe the most important thing. But not sure how I went down this road, but oh yeah, me and him definitely have a relationship. And because in my mind, like I said, everything that matters affects me. Everything that matters to me are the things that affect me or something like that. The things that matter the most to me are things that directly affect me. And that has a direct effect. P-Funk definitely has a direct effect in the steward and the commander of P-Funk and his philosophy and its longevity, Mr. Clinton. I am thankful and grateful for. In fact, I've been wanting to make a video saying how thankful and grateful I am. Especially after the Walk of Fame thing, I never really got into to really get into the gratitude part of that. I got into the part, I talked about how it hit back how I felt about it initially, but over time I realized the deep gratitude that I have for Mr. Clinton and what he's done for P-Funk and for me and the philosophy and the music and the band and just touring and the whole thing and the energy he has on stage, how he brings it out there. And like I said, the time Saw that old man on his back, laying on his back on stage with his feet in the air. And I was like, that's it. This is what I chose 50 years ago. This is what I chose 50 years ago. And I thought myself a genius. I said, Jeffrey, you're a genius. Either you're blessed, you're highly favored, you're lucky, but you picked the right one. You pick the right one. And when I saw that 80-year-old man laying on his back with his feet, kicking his feet in the air. And again, I have to thank Mr. Clinton for that. And I want to thank him and wish him a happy birthday, wish him many, many more. I know that, and I knew a long time ago that once it was told to me that once Mr. Clinton stops, it all stops. More than one person has told me that. More than one person has said that when Mr. Clinton stops, it all stops. And it was frightening to me at the time. And then you kind of get used to the farewells. And you start to take for granted that it'll always be there. And then, maybe about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you just say, fuck it, I'm going for it. And you just go for it. You just go to every show you can. And in during that period, for whatever reason, the band just got better, whatever that means. Started playing, it was consistent. It was just, the music got better. And it just reached a point to where I was full. I reached a point of fulfillment. P-Funk, it reached a point where, well, if they were to stop now, it would hurt. If they were to stop now, it would hurt. But, you know, I was at a point to where it wouldn't hurt as much. And that is probably a crude way of saying, you know, not that I reached a point of saturation or a point of fulfillment or a point of completion, but I reached a point that where I could say, you know, I got mine. I got mine. Whatever happens going forward, I got mine, you know. And that is enough to make me feel, you know, pretty good about my whole P-Funk journey. So, again, I say thank you, Mr. Clinton, for all the years of service to me and to what I love and to what I enjoy. And not to get too gushy and mushy, but I do want to stop and say, you know, at least one time, I want to have it on digital, that I sincerely, I'm trying to put all the Jeffrey out of it, and just sincerely say, you did okay. You did okay, you know, that whole lot of shaking era. No, you know, I can't, you know, I can't do it straight. I can't do it straight. Anyway, happy birthday. Happy birthday. See you, I don't know, soon. I'm sure soon. I'm sure it's gonna continue, and you know I'll be at the next one. Front row, standing there, waiting for it. My name is Jeffery.